Well, looks like we're live. Yes. Took us a minute, but we're here. We're here. We're here. Tell the people that we're live. Mm-hmm. Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening. I'm live at youtube.com/at. Come on. There we go. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. I'm there. Maybe it'll go ahead. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 All righty. Ooh, let me see where we are. Let the platforms, let the people know that we are here. Hey, today, y'all better be inside and try to be warm. Because this right here, this what I have not crossed the threshold of my door today at all. I didn't go. Did I go outside yesterday? No, I was out yesterday. I didn't go out Friday. I was out yesterday. I was not out Friday. We were out yesterday, and I've not been outside today. Like, have not even been to the door. I got a little bit close to the door. My husband was going in and out the garage, and when I turned the corner in our house to go like where the out the hallway for the garage, and he had the door open, I looked around there and was like, "It's too cold out there. It's too cold out there." So nope. I did because I do church on Thursday. I did church on Thursday night, and so I did not have to go out today. Bless the Lord. But I watched a lot of church today. I watched several church services today. Really good messages. Seem to be a little theme, even though I was watching churches from several parts of the United States. These United States still seem to be a theme going on amongst the body. So maybe it was because that's what I needed to hear. So I got the message that the Lord wanted me to get. And that was really good. So I watched several messages today. Hey, Ward, good evening. Michael's here. Hey, Janae is here. Happy Sunday. Janae said her car is stuck. She can't get out. Her car stuck. See, that's the kind of stuff right there I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in being. I've done that before. Oh, Lord, I've done it. I've done it. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Your definition of coat is a jacket. Well, yes, I have a coat-ish. It's a bomber jacket type. It's thick. I bought it in Chicago. So it's kind of thicker. But yeah, I did layers the other day. I was able to put on multiple layers because I needed more than one layer. We did that the other day, but no, not interested in the cold weather at all. It snowed here. Did y'all see on the news that it snowed in February? I mean February. It snowed yesterday. It snowed in Florida. I'm looking at the government shutdown news. Did y'all see that it snowed in Florida yesterday? We had some snow here in Jacksonville, a little bit of flurries in my neighborhood. A little bit of flurries in my neighborhood. Yeah. So there was a little bit of that yesterday. That was real short lived, but there was a little something. There was a little something. Yep. Uh, yep, that's what we did yesterday. I was looking to see Yahoo Finances coming through. So I want to make sure I get all my stuff set up Yes, my definition of cold does not include the kind of cold y'all deal with at all. I agree. I know what cold is. I've lived in Kentucky. I've lived in cold places. I lived in China. It's very cold in China. I've lived places where it gets really cold. It's just I'm not interested. I know what it is. That's why I can say I'm not interested because I've been there. I've been in places where it was cold and no, bruh, no. So they said, okay, you got some white stuff. Yeah, just a little bit. It was literally just a little bit. Just a little bit, just a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and see what we got to look at. Let's see what we got to look at. Let me get to a chart so we can take a check at what did the week do and what will the week do. What will the week do? Well, I'm gonna start with the month on. Let me start with SPX and see what the month looks like. We're gonna look at some stuff. That's the month. Yes, it is. Okay, let me get it bigger. All right, let's go ahead with the show. Think we've talked enough to let all the platforms know that we're here, to let the people know that we're here. All right, let me share my screen. There we go. All righty, so the month of January has come to a close. That's not the screen I wanted. I wanted this one. I want this one. The month of January has come to a close. Hey, Tanya. Come on, fill in. Y'all can't see the chart yet because it doesn't want to show yet. I don't know why. Tanya, you missed me talking about us having a little bit of snow. We had a little bit of snow here in Jacksonville, Florida, and it was just what I called it, a little bit of snow. Okay, so this is the monthly chart. On this monthly chart, this is the month of January, the 2 up chart, 2 up in January. It wasn't a big hard run up. Actually, it closed kind of lower than the previous month, the month of December. But it did, the price action still did go up. So it's 2 up on the month. Higher high, higher low. There is a bit of a trend still in forth, but there's a pretty big wick. I don't know if I'd call this doji-ish, but it's got a lot of wick on the top and the bottom. So it's not real clear. Yeah, Tanya, there was some snow. It's not real clear which direction SPX will go from here, because you see that green on the top and the bottom is the wick for the top and the bottom. Okay, that's the month. Let's go down to a weekly chart. This is a weekly chart. Lets us know what did the week do in SPX. This last candle here gives us our weekly information, right? The week went up as high as 7,002. The week went up as high as 7,002. I'm going to clone that if I can get it to, there we go, get a clone. Get a clone. We'll show the weekly high, which was up to 7,002. It went up there, but then pulled way back and closed down here right around 69.39, which was a weekly close before. I think that was a weekly close before. I don't think I marked that. It was a weekly close back in the week of January 12th. It also closed. Now it closed there in the week of January 12th. It closed there from the top side. This time it closed from the bottom side, right? There's a gap there. I'm not going to take it off now, but I'm thinking it can be taken off. And the price action here closed this gap as well. Both these gaps can probably be taken off our chart. I'm just going to leave them for now. But this is our week. This was what the week looked like. We had a low of the week of 68.70, high of the week of 7,002. So 130 points through the course of the week. This again looks kind of doji-ish. Got a big wick at the top, big wick at the bottom. Not really very clear on which side. All right, not really very clear here. Closed inside or underneath the previous, the week of January 2nd, January 12th. And then it did close higher than last week though. still a 2 up week. We're looking at the weeks here, 2 up. This was a failed 2 down week. We talked about that. Last week was a failed 2 down, and then this week did its good moving on up. Yep, that's what we did. Do we see the chart? I can see the chart. I hope y'all can see it because it's here now. Okay, hope everybody sees it. All right, so that's the weekly chart. Now we can look at the daily day. There was the D. There we go. Okay. Are we still not seeing anything on the chart? Because I can see it. Let me go to another platform and see if the chart is showing. It doesn't look like it, does it? That's so weird because I can see it on this platform here. I'm not sure why y'all can't see it. I don't see it there either. Okay, let me see what happens. It's not showing. I see, but let me see. If I take myself off, see what happens. I'm just showing stuff. Okay, look at there. Now the chart shows up. Okay, I took me off. Not that that should have mattered. Okay, let me go back to the weekly chart. Now that I was talking about it, this was the week. Told you it was kind of a doji-ish from the top and the bottom. A lot of wick on top, a lot of wick on the bottom. Price kind of open and close. It opened and closed within 69.23, 69.39. Open and closed within 16 points, 17 points. That's a lot or not a lot. It opened and closed within 17 points. Went up and down 130 and then open and close within 17. That's interesting, wouldn't you say? This is the weekly chart. That's all week to close within 17 points of the open and closed. Let's go to the daily chart now. Okay, I'm not sure why when I was on the screen with it, it still showed. It wasn't showing the chart. Okay, so now last week we had FOMC. FOMC was Wednesday. We had some major earnings. Apple, Tesla, Meta, Microsoft. I think that was the 5. We had 5 of the 7 was last week. Meta, Microsoft, Tesla, Apple. Was that only 4 of them? Was that the only 4? I don't think we had another big boy last week. Just those 4. Okay, maybe just those 4. So this was the week. And on Wednesday was the day we had FOMC. This was Wednesday. We had FOMC in the afternoon. Thursday and Friday were both down days, even though they really kind of doji-ish as well. Actually, Friday was an inside day. Thursday had a big old wick down here and I was actually thinking it was probably going to go up some more on Friday, seeing that there was so much wick down here at the bottom, and it did not. This is not really a failed 2 down. It really just stayed inside. Didn't go up or down. Honestly, just stayed in the middle. So it's not that I was all the way wrong. Just it didn't go outside. Okay. So this is what last week looked like. Nice little sell zone here on Wednesday. It bumped right up there to the top. A failed 2 up on the daily. Gave you indication it was going down the next day, and it right went up as high as 7,002. Like I said on Wednesday, that was the high of the week. Okay, that's what happened in SPX. We can show what happened in the other indices. SPY looks very much the same. No shock there, right? They're comprised of very similar things. No surprise that they look alike. Triple Q looks very similar, except Triple Q on Friday had a bit of a bigger drop on Friday. It's still an inside day, still an inside candle, but whoa, it's just bigger than than SPY and SPX, but it's still inside day doji, right? And let's look at IWM. Looking at all the indices, IWM looked a lot different. It's really fallen off. It had a nice little run, but it's not been able to get running again since then. And it's just for the last 5 days been kind of on a downward slide, right? Had one little failed 2 down day, and then it gapped up and came right on back. Now this is an outside day here. If we want to do a broadening formation, we see this kind of not that, it's kind of right out here. There's a gap here. Let's go ahead and mark it since we're here. Might as well mark the gap. Might as well mark the gap. Might as well mark the gap since we're here. There we go. There's the gap that's there. That was left from Friday's price action. Okay. There we go. That's what happened on the charts last week, along with the meetings that we had going on. Let's go look at what's coming up this week. Okay. Yahoo Finance. Wall Street sees divide in the tech stock performance after earnings reports. Yep. And we got a lot more earnings coming this week. Wall Street banks, crypto leaders to meet on Landmark Clarity Act. I saw a message that said we had a bank failure show up last week, and I didn't remember any news talking about one of the banks that failed last week. And but they're probably trying to keep that on the low. But I didn't see that mentioned at all, that there was a bank failure last week. January jobs, big tech earnings, and more wash. Insight the week ahead. Bitcoin breaks below 80,000, signals new crisis of confidence. Ooh, how investors should look on the new Tesla as it leaves EVs behind. Where U.S. home prices are highest and lowest in every U.S. state. Microsoft's $381 billion route exposes dark side of the AI binge. Minivan sales surge. That's interesting. Millennial dads lead the demand. Okay, yep, you got to have a place to. And listen, have y'all seen minivans? Minivans are like, modular homes. Modular homes have come a long way, and so have minivans. Minivans have come a long way, baby. Okay, that's what's in the Yahoo Finance mail. Speaker Johnson said he's confident the government shutdown will end by Tuesday. Did y'all hear that before? When somebody was confident it was going to end, and it was 40 days almost? Democrat Christian Menifee wins election for the U.S. House, narrowing GOP slim majority. Spy Sheikh reportedly bought stake in Trump crypto company. Okay. Epstein files. Rokana says DOJ's latest release is not good enough. No, they ain't trying to just keep in mind that people are doing all they can to keep y'all from seeing them files. They doing all they can to get y'all mind on something else. Looks like the documentary came out. I sure hope Becoming did a better job on Netflix than that movie did at the box office. But okay, let's move on from there. Let's see what's coming up as far as meetings go. On Monday, we've got the PMI. We've got PMI. I don't think I sent the message to other places that I was live. Oh, where are we? I need my mouse. There we go. Forward. There we go. That should cover everything. Everybody else should be able to see that I'm live. Okay, so Monday we've got final manufacturing PMI, ISM manufacturing PMI. Okay, that's all Monday. Red folder at 10 o'clock. Tuesday, we've got FOMC member Barkin speaking, Bowman speaking. That's in the morning. Joe's job openings at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock data always is something to keep your eye on, because it can turn the direction of the market. It can open up going one way. Data comes out at 10 o'clock, and the 10 o'clock turnaround can definitely happen. So you always want to keep that in mind. That's happening on Tuesday. Wednesday, we've got 8:15 non-farm employment. ISM PMI is at 10 o'clock, another piece of 10 o'clock data. Thursday, 8:30, we've got unemployment claims. That's the only red folder that day. And Friday, we've got non-farm employment change, unemployment rate, University of Michigan stuff. All that's happening on Friday. Another piece of 10 o'clock data on Friday. So we've got data coming, red folder 8:30 on Thursday and Friday, 8:15 red folder on Wednesday, 10 o'clock red folder on Tuesday, 10 o'clock red folder on Monday. So we've got red folders every day this week. There's a red folder every day this week. So we want to keep that in mind. We always look at this in the morning before we trade, before the market opens. This is something you want to look to see what could possibly cause your trades a problem during the day. especially if you trade something that's all encompassing like SPX. SPX encompasses everything. So anything that literally happens almost in the world is going to be seen or felt, or has a high probability of being felt inside of SPX. So since we trade SPX, we need to be wise and knowledgeable about what things could possibly affect the movement of SPX on a daily basis. All right. All right. So this is our earnings for the week. We're definitely in earnings season. Earnings popping up. Disney, Monday morning, Aptiv, IDEX, Tyson, Revity, Twist, NAPCO, Hess, Alliance, Bank of the Sierra. It's all Monday morning. Disney is probably the one people trade a lot. There's going to be that. Monday after close, Palantir. Palantir's another one that folks got their eye on and their money on. Not only their eye, but their money. Palantir is it's a data stock, but it's also a war stock. So since we are in the midst of wars and rumors of wars, people keep their eye on Palantir. Palantir manages the data that is used in the midst of us keeping our country and our nation safe, right? Teradyne is their NXP, Fabrinet, Woodward, Davida, Simone, that's the mall people, the people who own the malls, most of them. Two Harbors, Rambus, and DOC. That's all Monday after close. Tuesday, PayPal, PepsiCo, which is a dividend stock, Merck, Pfizer, Eaton, Galaxy, MPLX, Hubble, Gartner, and ADM. I'm not sure who some of these are, to be honest, but Merck and Pfizer are in the pharmaceuticals space. Tuesday after close, AMD, Supermicro, those are two that I'm sure anticipated. Chipotle, Enphase, Lumentum, Amgen. Oh, I haven't seen Amgen's name mentioned. Sometimes stock be mentioned and you see them everywhere, mentioned all the time. Next thing you know, nobody's talking about them at all. That's Amgen is one of those. Amdocs, Lumen, Prudential, and Amcor. That's all Tuesday after close. Wednesday morning, Uber, Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Boston Scientific, Johnson Controls, Adient, AbbVie, also in the pharmaceutical space, CME, Cognizant, and UBS. UBS. Yeah, I thought that was on that list. Wednesday after close, Alphabet. Here we go with our big seven. Alphabet, which of course is Google, ARM, Qualcomm, O'Reilly, Snap, Elf, Coherent, Symbotic, TTM, Crown Castle. Thursday morning before the market opens, ConocoPhillips, Bristol Myers Squibb, Energizer, Shell, Estee Lauder, Cemex, Cigna, Cummins, Excel Energy, and BCE, all Thursday before the open. Thursday after close, another big seven, Amazon, Iren, IREN. That's another data one. We've talked about Iren here recently, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Iren. Let me think. I feel like I've been involved with Iren more closely this recently. Feel like me and Iren have had a little more going on. But I don't see it here. Maybe not. Okay. Reddit strategy or MicroStrategy is here. Roblox, CleanSpark, CLSK, Bloom Energy, Affirm, which falls in the same space as I would say a PayPal. Not quite. Affirm is the people who finance like if you're in Walmart or whatever, you want to get that funding, financing, or little stuff like that shows up. Affirm does stuff like that. Atlassian, Microchip is down there. And then Friday morning before market opens, we've got Roivant, CBOE, Canopy Growth, Centene, Under Armour, Biogen, Invent, Toyota, and Plains American. I think it says American. Plains All American and Auto Nation. Okay, so we got a lot of good things popping up this week as far as earnings. We do know that earnings does make a difference in your trading of SPX, of SPY, of Triple Q. You want to keep all that in mind when you're trading those. You have to keep in mind what is coming up in earnings, especially if you're swinging your trades. If you're swinging trades, an earnings call, good or bad, because sometimes you feel like, you find out that a good earnings call and it'll still drop. You can have a good earnings call, they can beat earnings and it still will drop. So just because something has a good earnings call doesn't automatically mean it's going to do fantastic as far as the price coming up, because it might not, right? But this is all the earnings that are coming up for this week. If you've got some of these things that you trade, keep that in mind. As sellers, we're fine with getting in and then getting out before earnings, or waiting till after the earnings is announced, and then we ride the wave after the earnings. There's no reason for, as a seller, for you to ride the wave of earnings. And if you're trading earnings, you literally are trading it as a lotto, because you can have good earnings and it can still tank. You can have bad earnings and it can run. So earnings is to me is too hard to call it. So you might as well, I mean, if you're doing it, you're definitely doing, like I said, a lotto. You're running a lotto if you're doing earnings. Okay. Well, we closed up copy trading. We closed up the month on copy trading, even though we started copy trading in the middle of December, but we've had a full month of copy trading for the month of January. For the month of January, copy trading made $575 per unit. Woo woo. $575 per unit. Yes. $575 per unit. Now, we've had, that's what my account has done, because all I can see is my account. We've had people who've made less, some people have made more. We've got what's called slippage, because you got all that, and it's what it is. But you know what? We're going to say green is green, and passive profits are passive profits. That's what they are. Passive profits, where you just chilling, riding along, you put your money there, and your money is doing its thing. It's just growing while I place the trades, and you just watch the account, right? I have not met my goal. I do have a goal of making at least $50 profit per day. So I haven't hit that profit target yet. And but this is the month. I believe February is the month that I'm going to do that. I'm committed to it. I believe this is the month I'm going to do that, right? I had to get through the bumps, because the whole process of it has had a few little speed bumps along the way, but nothing that will stop us. Speed bumps just meant to slow you down a little bit, make sure that you got good access and you can see all the ways. But listen, if you're going to come on and join the ride, and we got room for you. We got room for you on the bus and the van and the train, whichever it is. We got room for you. Ante up your $2,500, at least $2,500, and come on and join us on the ride, on the copy trading ride. Come on and join us. There's a link running at the bottom, peakbot.com/educator to trader. You can come on and join us, and you too can be making profits along with us. All right. I'm gonna look real quick to see what we might see for next week. Do we see any good opportunities for next week? I'm gonna go back to the charts and let's see if we've got us some some stuff we might be able to get into next week. If you got a ticker you might want us to take a quick look at, because that's what it's going to be, a quick look. Y'all know I don't usually do tickers on this here call, but I'm going to look at a couple things and then we're going to keep it pushing. I'm going to look at Taiwan Semiconductors, which I think is probably going to move in conjunction. Well, maybe a sympathy with, might move in sympathy with AMD, but let's see what we got here. All right. I'm looking at the weekly chart because I'm going to look at some credit spreads, potential credit spreads for the week. Yes, we'll take the 50% increase. Yes, we'll take it. Okay, so last week was a failed two up. Failed two up is a bearish move. An entry on a failed two up is once you get past the bottom of that candle, then this is your writing. There we go. Gonna write on here. This is your put credit spread entry, and you should I'm gonna leave it there. I was gonna say you could enter above the top of this, which 345 is a little far away as far as what you would get as far as strikes. That's a little far away for that, but there's your PCS entry. I don't want that. I want it to be where we can see it. And right now it's not clear to see it. Top, maybe do top left. Let's see if it's easier to see over there. Yep. And I don't think I want it to hit that. No. Cancel. Settings. There we go. I didn't want to hit. There we go. PCS entry would be there. I'm not sure if y'all can see that. That does seem a little small, especially for you if you're looking at your phone. But let me see. I can maybe make it a little bit bigger. There we go. PCS entry. Once the price crosses past, oh, y'all can't even see my chart. There we go. Janae says, show me. Yes, show me, show me. That's what I need to be doing is show me. Okay, tell me y'all can see the chart before I move forward. I want to make sure I'm going to go to my platform so I can make sure y'all can see the chart. If I can see it here, so can you. Why is it still stuck on earnings? I'm past there. I'm past earnings. Come on, come on, come on, Cletus. Can y'all see the chart? There we go. Okay, cool. I see it now. All righty. So this is Taiwan Semiconductors. The passing the bottom of this is the weekly chart I'm on. I'm on the weekly chart. Taiwan Semiconductors, once it passes the low of here, which is the low of this candle, 328.20. So I'm going to actually change. I'm going to write something else on here. PCS entry below 328.20. Okay. Price going below 328.20 would be your entry. You can go to a smaller time frame and look to find your strikes, but you'd want it to go below there to get your entry. All right. That's Taiwan Semiconductors. Another one to look at would be eBay and see what eBay is talking about. eBay also another failed to up on eBay, failed to up here. Let me put us a little thingy here, Okay. Failed to up. So I said put credit spread entry, didn't I? That's not what we needed. We need to call credit spread entry. What did I say? Did I say put credit spread? I did. No. I was look back like, wait a minute. This needs to be a call credit spread entry because we're going down. We're going down. Well, that's what we're looking for it to do. Okay, that should be a call credit spread entry. I'm not sure why I put PCS because I'm so close to the bottom of this candle. That's made me think about it. But we're looking for a call credit spread entry. Of course, you want to pick your strikes above here, but price would be below here. You use a smaller time frame to help you find your strikes. All right. And I'm not doing all that teaching on this call because that ain't what we do on this YouTube call. That's what we do in the membership. All right. Looking at eBay. Let me go back to where I was. Looking at eBay, we've got a failed to up there as well. Let me see. We'd also have a call credit spread entry. After price is below. What's the low of that candle? After price is below 90.97. There we go. That will be a call credit spread entry. Again, lower time frame will help give you the strikes, but you could go as high as this 97. It's pretty far from here right now. But if you were on the weekly, if you were looking out a week or looking out a further in time, you would probably still be able to get premiums even after that. A smaller time frame is going to give you some strikes to look at because you're going to be looking for the soonest or the nearest expiration, which we know how to pick strikes. The folks in my membership know how to pick strikes. So we're not teaching that on this here call either. We're talking about which ones might be good to look at. But I do want to look at one more target. We'll look at one more put credit spread, because I did 2 call credit spreads so far. Let's look at a put credit spread. And that would be Target. Target. Does anybody trade Target? Anybody trade Target? Target would be a failed 2 down or very close to it. It didn't quite turn green, but it looks real close. It covered up, filled this gap here because there was a gap here, or failed their fair value gap here, and it's filled it and then went right on back up. Yes, it did. So we would look at a, here we go. Now we would look at a put credit spread. Come on, Cletus. There we go. Now we would look at a put credit spread. Don't. After price goes above the high of this candle, which is 108.49. You wait till it goes beyond the high of that candle, and then that's when you would take your entry, right? You want to wait till it actually does what you need it to do. This is how we working on the strat. That's how the strat works, the strat for sellers. That's how we work it on the strat. Okay. After price passes 108.49, you would enter a put credit spread going on up. We're going on up. Yeah, going on up. All righty. All righty. No, you still banned from what? What are you still banned from? Okay. All righty. So I looked at the indices. I looked at what we've done so far. I'm gonna take one more quick look at SPX 500, which actually is not running right now. We are a little early for that. So we'll look at what we had from last week. I'm gonna go to the daily chart and see what. Ooh, all the lines is very close together. Ay, together. Yes. I think I had some gaps on here that I was talking about. Oh no, that gap is still there. Down here, still yet holding on. I'm yet holding on. This gap here that was from 693, 69.34. That gap there got filled. It's a fair value gap here that is still not finished. I'm going to turn that off. Actually, I'll turn fair value gaps off while we're doing this here charting call. Not sure what I had these for, so I'm just going to take these off because I forgot what I put them there for. Okay. Look at those wicks though, baby. Lots of wicking. Wicky. Lots of wicking on the daily charts. There is a gap here. I will identify it. Yep, the gap is from 69.64. Is that 69.64? Hello? Okay, yeah, no. That's not what you were supposed to be doing. The gap is from 69.64 up to 69.68. There's still a gap there that hasn't been fielded. Looks like this gap that was here did get filled. That's closed. That's closed. Gap. The one here from 69.15 to 69.22 is still here. Oh, nope. Take that back. That got filled with this price action. I see all these wicks. The wicks is so skinny. It make you forget they're here. But those gap got filled last week with Thursday and Friday's price action. But the daily, we ended Friday on an inside day. So really, until this breaks out, we got to chill out. So what does that look like? SPX breaking to the upside, which is above 69, above 69.64. Okay, I'm going to show you here. Nope, not that. Not that. Not that. There we go. Going above PCS entry above 69.64. Basically, we'll be going, bullish. It's a PCS entry going up, and come on. There we go. And a CCS entry below the low. Below the low of this, which the low of this is 68.93. Below the low of that is 68.93. That will be your call credit spread entry. Okay, once it breaks out of one of those, you're free to go whichever way you want to go. Even the 4 hour is a 1. 4 hours also inside. So, if you were one who wanted to play the break of the 4 hour candle, you could do that as well. You could do that as well if you'd like. Right? Let me clone that and bring it down to the 4 hour. Nope. There we go. Grab it. There we go. And the top of this is, the high is 69.49. If you wanted to trade the break of the 4 hour, you could do that. Because it's an inside as well. Inside. I saw a message from Adam that talked about how SPX is coiling tight. SPX is coiling up tight. So when it does that, when it gets ready to break out, it will break on out. So you have to be ready. The low of the 4 hour candle is 69.01. Okay, you could do a call credit spread if the price goes below 69.01 based on the 4 hour candle. All righty. Oh, Target is still banned. Oh, gotcha. You still not fooling up with Target, huh? Well, I get you. They still banned. We don't even trade them. Well, you could trade them for the money. Might as well make some money off them. But you could just ban them all together. I like it. Okay. All righty, everybody. I think that was all I had to cover. Oh, let me go. No, you know what? I didn't talk about this. Every day, we always talk about, I do the trade of the day videos. Most days, 4 out of 5, at least one day of the week. There's usually something that happens at least one day of the week. Like last week, my husband's birthday was on Wednesday. So I didn't do a trade on Wednesday because I was not home to do a video. I did trade. I did plenty of trades. I just didn't do a video because I wasn't at home. So, but I do a trade of the day each day, walking you through the trades I took for that day. And, be sure to watch those. I do talk about various things. I talk about gamma. I talk about the opening range breakout, what kind of strategy that we use. How do I use to put the PDT hack, kind of things like that. How do I use those things to trade during the day? And, watch those videos. Let the ads play and watch the videos. Okay. And then if you want to join us in the membership, which we're going to have a call here in about 10 minutes, I'm way over time. I'm way over time. In the membership, we do all the charting and training call every Sunday, where we learn, we train, we look at these charts, we talk about our strategies. We're definitely focused on risk management. That's our focus for this year. We're getting our risk management down pat, right? Getting our profitability consistent. And we're doing all that together, trading SPX and XSP and IWM. If you want to join us, there's a 7-day free pass. You can come on and look at what's going on for 7 days. And come check out, hang out with us if you'd so like. If you'd so like to join us, you definitely can. Okay. I think that might be everything. I will be back on in the morning. I'm here at 8:30 Monday, Wednesday, and most Fridays. It depends. Sometimes on Friday, it's like, yes, no, maybe so. But I'm here talking about what's going to happen in the morning. What do we see coming into the day? YouTube, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up, all the good things that you're supposed to do. Feel free to join me. We either got copy trading. If you want to join me on copy trading, that's what I do. Join us in the membership. You can come do that. You can do both. There are people who are in both places. There are people in one or the other or both, right? This is what I do. The person you see here is the person you get all the time. I am Arlissa, night and day, day and night. All right, come on. Join me. If you got some questions or comments or something you want clarification, send me a message. I have no problem responding to messages and giving you more insight and more information if you're looking for some. All righty, let me see if I see a comment or two up here. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Okay. All righty. I will see my folks in about 10 minutes. The rest of you, I want you to stay green and I want you to get this money. I will see you in the market. Goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.